This is my ultimate chocolate chip recipe. Hey guys, my name is Jacob, and today I will be giving a cooking lesson on how to bake a chocolate chip cookie. Let's go. Before I start the cooking process, I'm going to outline my learning objectives. My overall end objective will be for everyone to know the steps on how to make a fresh chocolate chip cookie. Listed will be the following training objectives. The first training objective would be to define the specific ingredients needed to prepare the cookie batter. The second is to portray the proper mixing and baking techniques of each step throughout the cooking process to ensure accuracy. The third is to demonstrate the ideal technique of spacing each cookie before being placed in the oven so that they will look presentable. For the needs assessment, I decided to use three forms of data to comprise. The first is a survey. I gave out a written survey to my friends about what they wanted to see in a video tutorial about how to make a cookie. Many of the responses I received included providing a bright attitude to captivate the attention of my audience, being specific in measurements and ingredients, and using multiple visual aids and checkpoints throughout the video to make it as easy to follow as possible. The second was an interview. I decided to conduct a 15-minute interview with one person about the specifics of making a chocolate chip cookie. She was able to give me a more in-depth analysis and description in comparison to the survey of what she wanted if she were to view the video. Some of her comments included mixing the batter enough so that all of the ingredients are seamlessly combined into a dough, and ensuring that the video would be safe and easy to follow for kids if they wanted to use my tutorial. The last would be observation. I was able to view many chocolate chip cookie recipes online and found out that the best format that captivated my attention was one that was simple and didn't require a lot of ingredients or time. As a result, I will build my video tutorial around efficiency and attention to detail. The learning theories I decided to incorporate into my video tutorial were cognitivism and constructivism. I will be able to capitalize on appealing to the cognitive process of my audience by giving them checkpoints throughout my tutorial to ensure that they are properly executing each step. I believe that having a constant check-in on learning will ensure that my audience will be engaged in performing the actions I ask of them in an accurate manner. I will be able to capitalize on constructivism by showing the cookie in its final form and having them analyze the steps as to how I achieve the layers and texture and flavor that would eventually be present when they make it for themselves. My video will be interactive for the audience, and I will ensure their constant attention from my delivery style. Now let's make some cookies. Okay, so here are the ingredients that I'm going to be using in my chocolate chip cookie tutorial. So first off, we have salt, we have semi-sweet chocolate morsels. You want two high-quality chocolate bars. So here I'm going to be using Ghirardelli Premium Baking Bittersweet Chocolate. Anything that has 60% cacao or higher, that's the better quality, so you want to get something like this. We're going to be using 2 eggs. I'm going to be using 1 full egg and 1 egg yolk. We're going to be using baking soda, all-purpose flour, vanilla extract, butter, white sugar, and brown sugar. And I'm going to be having the measurements all ready to go in the next part. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to combine our dry ingredients. So first off, we're going to do 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. So I have 1 cup right here. We're going to put it in a large mixing bowl. So we're going to go 1. And then we have our 3/4 cup right here, and we're going to put it in. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of salt. And then once all of your dry ingredients are combined, you're going to mix them up in this little bowl. So mix them up. So the next step is we're going to be making a brown butter. So brown butter is basically just boiled butter, and you're going to make it brown by heating it up in a pan. So what you're going to do, you're going to be taking 1 stick of butter and you're going to put it in a pan. So you want to make sure that the butter is boiling, and you want to make sure that the butter is going to be fully dissolved, and over time it's going to get to reach this brown color. So after 3 minutes of putting the butter in the pan at a medium to low heat, you're going to achieve this nice rich brown color right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to transport the hot butter into a cold cup so it can cool. And in another mixing bowl, you're going to combine 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and lastly, you're going to add that 1 stick of butter, the melted golden butter, and you're going to put it in the mixing bowl. And then you're going to mix all of these together. Once those ingredients are mixed together, we're going to add 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Once the eggs are combined into the wet ingredients, we're just going to give that one last mix. Once your wet ingredients are combined, you're going to add them to your dry ingredients, like so. And with a large mixing spoon, you're going to combine the wet and the dry ingredients together. After the dough is well mixed, you're going to add 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. After you combine the chocolate chips to the dough, you're going to get your 2 Ghirardelli chocolate bars, and you're going to make little shreds of them on a cutting board. So after cutting your chocolate bars, you should get a texture that looks somewhat like this, nice uneven portions. And then you're going to add your cut up chocolate pieces into the bowl. And then you're just going to combine the dough with your chocolate. Once your dough is combined, you're going to have a baking sheet with aluminum foil on top, and you're going to butter it to make sure that the dough doesn't stick. You're going to get one nice ball of dough. I'm using an ice cream scooper, but you could use any type of spoon you want. And you're going to put it on the baking sheet, like so. Once all of your cookies are placed on your baking sheet, you're going to put it in an oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 minutes. So 12 minutes have gone by. Let's see how the cookies are looking. Nice. Here they are. They look really good right now, but we're gonna let them rest for 5 to 10 minutes just so we can pull apart and enjoy. This is the finished product. Let's see how it tastes. The cookie is packed with chocolate. You can definitely taste how the brown butter seeps into the dough. It's like chocolate overload. It's nice and chewy. It's crunchy on the outside. It's everything you want in a cookie. So I hope you guys are able to make this cookie for yourselves at home. And I'll see you later. That concludes my chocolate chip cookie tutorial, and now it's time for my end evaluation. So for my end evaluation, I decided to split it into 2 categories. The first category being yes and no questions, and the second category being free response questions. So for the yes or no questions, I would like to ask, did you find the training easy to follow? Would you recommend this training to anyone who wants to bake? Was I clear in my explanation of each step? Were the learning objectives clearly defined? Did I meet those learning objectives in the end? And was there a good mix of audio and visual training tools? And for the free response section, my questions are, what was your favorite part of the training? What can I do to improve my recipe? And how can I improve my delivery style for my tutorial? So I hope you guys found my training useful, and I'll see you guys soon.